Chapter 19. As soon as the bus stopped, the three of us jumped out of our seats. We had arrived in Orvieto, but I didn't care about the city. From the bus's window, I'd already spotted a door for a storage closet near the corner of the bus station building. "Let's go," I said, pushing aside some of the passengers. Once outside, I raced over to the closet and tried opening it, but it was locked. "Let's look for somewhere inside the station," Asher suggested, the backpack under his arm. "Don't bother." Simone was a few feet away, holding open a nearby door. "I found a place." We hurried over, but Asher abruptly stopped. "The woman's restroom? Are you serious? You want me to go in there?" "It's dark and empty." Simone put a hand on her hip. "You have a problem with it?" Asher paused, then went inside. Simone gave me a mischievous smile. "You are so bad sometimes," I whispered as I passed Simone. Simone cocked her head to the side and gave me a wink. "I try to be." A motion sensor turned on the overhead light as soon as we entered, but I could see that there were no windows. It would go dark if we stood still. "Man, this place really smells." Simone pinched her nose. "Even for a bus station, this is pretty bad." "Figures, since you found it," Asher answered. "And what is that supposed to mean?" Simone took a step closer to Asher. Asher threw up his hands in mock surrender. "Ooh, I'm scared." "Guys!" I shouted. "Please stop moving or the light will never shut off." For the next couple of minutes, none of us spoke or moved. Click. The lights turned off. The room was plunged into complete darkness except for a crack of light that came from underneath the door. Immediately, the outline of the Maltese cross glowed on the wooden box, and the numbers appeared much clearer than when we were on the bus. 41.88346, 12.47837. "They could be coordinates," Simone whispered. I ran my fingers over the numbers. "Write them down." "I am," Simone answered, entering them into the phone. "Go ahead and open the box." "Okay, here goes." I held my breath and lifted the lid. Inside, on the bottom of the box, where nothing had appeared in the daylight, was a poem written in elegant and ornate script. "In the garden of my heart, a dagger found its mark, slicing through the cross's core, casting me to the dark." There was no doubt in my mind. These words were telling us where the spear was hidden. I flipped the box over and searched for other secret messages, but nothing else was there. My thoughts wandered to all the medieval art I've seen with my dad. The poem might be referring to someone, maybe in a painting or a statue whose heart is being pierced. Asher spoke, "Like the pierced hearts of Jesus or Mary that you see in some churches." The dagger could be the spear. Maybe the spear is hiding where the painting or statue is. I was getting excited by the idea of being so close. Only one way of finding out. Simone walked toward the door, and the light clicked back on. "What are you doing?" I asked. I stuffed the box into the backpack and followed her outside. "No reason to stay in there longer than necessary. Plus, look." She showed me her phone. "If the numbers are coordinates, they line up with a place called Orvieto di Malta in Rome." Malta. I traced the gold on the lid, like the Maltese cross. Oh no. A look of dread covered Asher's face, when he should have been happy at the discovery. "What?" I asked. "It's the Knights of Malta compound," he explained. "Getting in there is complicated." "Why?" Simone asked. "By the looks of it." She touched the screen, making the image larger. "It's right in the middle of Rome, even close to a metro station." "It is, but there's more of a country in a country. The compound is even recognized by the United Nations." "Like the Vatican?" I asked. "Not quite, but similar." Asher ran his fingers through his hair. It reminded me of what my father would do. They have their own coins, passports, all the things a sovereign country has. "So these knights are going to challenge us to a joust or something?" Simone said sarcastically. "What's the big deal? Can't we go visit like average tourists?" "You don't get it. Most knights know nothing about the spear and its secrets, but a few that live in the compound do, and they definitely don't like the Hastati." "Well, that could be good for us then," Simone stated. "We're not big fans of the Hastati either." Asher shook his head. "It's not going to be good if you are Hastati. Or if, like Cassie and me, you happen to be wearing a ring they gave you.